on Saturday. Officials tonight, Bert Smith, Tommy Morrissey, Tim Clockerty, and Virginia Tech, with the chorus of Enter Sandman, will control the start. Here's the freshman, Ben Hammond, lightning quick. Down low, Elijah Poteet backing down Igitolu, the 7'2" Turk, and they need that from Poteet.
Without question, I'm really excited about this game because Virginia Tech is playing a lot better, and they're not turning the ball over, and they run great half-court offense.
All 5 of SMU starters average double figures in scoring. Matt Cross averaging a double-double over his last 4, and Igitolu, the freshman, has really come on down the stretch. That one nearly poked away from B.J. Edwards, the former Tennessee Vol. No good, batted around. Cross, who's been active on the boards, and that allows Andy Enfield to play that small lineup. Second chance 3. Cross kept it alive. It comes to Hammond. Blocked by Chuck Harris. Matt Cross, well-traveled. Started his career at Miami, played at Louisville a couple of years at UMass for Frank Martin. And there is the big Turk, the Istanbul 7'2" freshman, Samet Igitolu.
Igitolu does so many things for SMU, and he could be the difference because he's a tremendous low-post scorer.
Toby Lawal is Virginia Tech's top scorer at 13 a game. He had 17 in back-to-back games, both road wins for Virginia Tech. Tyler Johnson's their best perimeter defender. He's got the ball now. Another freshman. Shot clock at 2. Hammond hoists and hits.
That's the thing that Hammond's been doing for this Virginia Tech team, coming up with clutch shots, but he also breaks the defense down a lot and gets guys easier shots.
He had struggled a bit with his shot after missing 3 games with a foot injury. Cross lines this one up, overshot it.
Virginia Tech doesn't like necessarily the fast break, but they will push the ball to get easy opportunities.
3 for Jaden Shute, coming off a career-high 18.
You talk about playing with confidence. I tell you what, Mike Young has done a great job with this team with their confidence the last couple of weeks.
That shot was altered. You look at what Virginia Tech did the last 2 times out. Road wins against Florida State, road win against Virginia. They shot the 3-ball well in both.
And I tell you what, Mike has done a great job with the confidence of this team. They struggled early, but they never look back, and they're playing extremely well right now, especially shooting the basketball.
Edwards able to draw the foul.
Virginia Tech's number 2, Jaden Shute. That's his first personal. First team foul.
First on Shute.
You know, when you get behind a little bit and have some tough things go against you, it's easy to get down, especially in this day and age because kids looking for quick gratification. Mike Young has stayed patient. This team has stayed together. And I tell you what, they do a great job executing their half-court offense.
You think about it, they're at 5-6 in conference. It speaks to what he's done. He got his 400th win recently. But if you told me 6 weeks ago this team had a chance to be at 500 in league play, 12 games into the conference season,
no,
most people would have put you in a straitjacket. This team struggled early on. They have turned the corner, and they did it without a lot of players who had to be big-time guys either here or somewhere else.
Well, that goes with the coaching staff not giving up on the players, and the players feel that and sense that, and they believe in themselves, and they pick their game up.
Boopy Miller, the former Wake Forest Demon Deacon, into the corner, the 3 for Cario Oquendo. And if he gets hot with his offense, it usually translates to better defense. Last time out, he was a heater. 16 points, 5 of 5 from the field against Stanford.
Folks that don't know this SMU team are surprised, but Andy has gone out and got some veteran guys that can all score the basketball, and that's what makes them so difficult to play against because they space the floor really well, and they share the ball, and they can knock down threes.
And the last component for this team, they've really come on in the last 6 weeks and have improved defensively. Edwards, strong drive, the tip-in, not there by Igitolu, and here comes Hammond. Hammond had a mismatch. Well, they had Lawal matched up on Miller for a moment, and that one knocked out by SMU.
Matt Cross gives SMU the ability to go smaller and with his ball handling and the fact that he rebounds the ball so well, so you really don't miss not having another big guy in the lineup because he comes up with tough plays. And, you know, I remember recruiting against him. That's how long he's been around.
He's been around.
I'm telling you. And he's played for some really good coaches and really good programs, and he came out of a great program in Boston, AAUI.
Yeah, he's averaging 15 and 10 over his last 4 and enters play 4th in the league in rebounding. Edwards, good position, passes out of a triple team. Not sure what happened there with Yigatolu.
The big guy has really good hands and great footwork, and that's been one thing that impressed a lot of people.
Lowell over Cross, and it comes to Edwards.
I've been surprised that Virginia Tech hasn't really run a lot of sets yet.
Oquendo too strong. And right now, SMU trying to play at that frenetic, fast pace.
Yeah, and that's why Coach just put up his hands up and said, let's slow something down, let's run our offense.
Wessler is in there for Virginia Tech. Big guy in the middle, 5 in black. Shoot from the foul line. And the rebound snared by Edwards. Up ahead, Oquendo through the contact and the finger roll.
Oquendo is big and strong and finishes well at the rim. The strength of this SMU team, especially on the wings, really surprised me in their athleticism for people that haven't really followed them. They're really talented.
Hammond dumps it off. Wessler contacted.
To detailed scouting reports, and that has really helped this team pick up little things, and that they took advantage of that against Virginia.
Wessler got a piece of that on the shot by shoot. Johnson, front rim. Hammond, second chance, new 20. Johnson in the paint. Kept alive, another opportunity for the Hokies. They've missed their last 7, make it 8, and finally Cross snags the carom.
But that's okay. Virginia Tech got really good looks on that possession, and I know the coaching staff will be proud of that.
Oquendo off the shot fake.
You see the spacing SMU has. They're looking for dribble drives and kicks. That's their offense. That's the way they like to play.
And it gets Boopy Miller an open look from 3.
They've got 3 guys on the perimeter with Miller, Cross, Harris, and Oquendo that can really put the ball on the floor, penetrate, and get open looks.
Yeah, fun point guard matchup too. Miller and Hammond mirror each other's speeds.
The coaches challenged Hammonds to contain Miller yesterday in practice too.
Virginia Tech has to put it up. Lowell rushed it. Got a piece of the rim. Another offensive rebound. Johnson with 2 shots.
I think Virginia Tech right now is getting decent looks, but they seemed a little rushed. And they're not getting their feet set, and they're not getting squared up on their shots. I think they got to slow it down a little bit as now they're going to the bench and making some substitutions. I think coach has seen that, and it's going to adjust maybe the way they play. You know, they went in early to Petit, and he was able to score, and then they stopped doing that. I think that they can get some advantage out of that.
Andy Enfield in his first season at SMU after a nice run at USC. 5 NCAA tournaments with the Trojans in 11 seasons, and you and him were joking around and shoot around. When he took the SMU job, boy, did that set off a chain reaction.
SMU is a sleeping giant. I've always believed that. I think that a great fan base. They've got a lot of resources. They really want to win, and stepping into the ACC has just shown them the ability to do the things that they want to do. It's shown the nation how good they can be, and he's the right guy for that job because offensively he's an excellent offensive coach.
Jaden Young, and now Ben Burnham, the Charleston transfer. Virginia Tech looking to dent a 10-0 SMU run. Young leans in and stops the bleeding.
Great patience that time. Young took his time and drove the ball into the lane, and his mid-range game is the strongest part of his game.
Hokies had missed their previous 10 from the field. Harris might have gotten away with an extra step.
That Euro step has gotten a lot of people some easy baskets.
And they get a foul on Harris at the other end.
SMU's number 3, Chuck Harris. That's his first.
Virginia Tech likes to do a lot of dribble handoffs, likes to do a lot of pin downs, and likes to run action where they bring a guy from the weak side to the ball side. And SMU talked about that in shoot around, and they plan on switching a lot of that so they don't get taken advantage of.
Yeah, explain that to the novice fan when Andy Enfield tells us we want to switch on their back screens.
Whenever there's a screen that takes the balls on the right side, they bring a guy to the ball, they send the screen over to bring him in, they just switch it. So that way you're not out of position and it makes it easier to defend.
Andy Enfield said, hey, we got to simplify. Young with the entry pass, Burnham. Nigatolo got a piece. Knocked out of Andy Enfield's team trying to get into the NCAA tournament. One of the last, or I should say, first 4 out. And Coach Clark, they've done it with offense this year. The highest scoring offense in the ACC and near the top in so many of those categories.
Well, Andy's an offensive coach. He's always been an offensive coach. He got in this thing being known as a shot doctor.
No doubt.
And then he transitioned, and so he likes the fast-paced offense. And in the portal, he went out and got guys that can score. And this is an older group.
Burnham does not come close.
I've been really impressed with SMU's defense and the way they've been closing out and challenging every shot.
Wild shot there. Keon Ambrose Hilton denied. Hokies are 4 of 17 from the field.
You hear coaches talk about the pace of the game. Right now, this pace is, I think, favoring SMU, but that's what I think Virginia Tech has to do. Execute their offense, slip the post, and wind up getting finishes at the rim with their bigs.
Hokies were 1 for their previous 12 before the dunk from Poteet. Harris down the lane over Poteet.
And that's the ability that SMU's perimeter guys, they're all strong upper body. They all can put the ball on the floor and they can attack the rim. And they put a lot of pressure on you that way.
Chuck Harris, a Virginia kid near the D.C. area. Ashburn, a ways from here. Poteet, he's had some nice moves down low, that time over the 7'2 freshman.
I think you have to keep going there because all of a sudden SMU is going to maybe have to come and double them, which will free up some of your shooters.
Burnham with the backside help. Open look, rainbow 3, no good. Edwards comes back to Harris. He's open and connects.
Virginia Tech's got to do a better job rebounding the basketball. Coach is making some subs. He wasn't real happy with that effort on the defensive glass that time.
SMU rebounds about 1/3 of their misses. That's good for 3rd in conference play. Harris took the baseline away from Young. Rex Steiner. 5 to shoot. Poteet swings it to Burnham. And he beats the shot clock with a 3.
This is where Virginia Tech has gotten better over the last couple games. Out of their offense, recognizing where the rotations are and finding the open man and getting good looks like that.
1 for 6 from 3 after making the first 2. Oquendo, nothing but glass. Offensive rebound. A tip not there. Ambrose Hilton tried to knock it in. Young pulls up. Ironside's a 3. Nigatolo in the backcourt had to tie his shoe.
One of the things SMU has done is learn to play with their perimeter guys, but being inclusive of the big guy, Nigatolo. They've got to give him his touches in the half court.
Harris going right at Rex Steiner. Air ball.
Virginia Tech likes this horn set where the two bigs are at the elbow, and they wind up screening for the perimeter guys and then slip into the rim.
Young's been aggressive. And Burnham gets bumped. Foul is on Ambrose Hilton, his first. ACC Network men's basketball triple header. We got Stanford, Georgia Tech, we got Cal, and Duke. And it's Wednesday, February 12th, a week from today. I was saying, well, today's Wednesday, so it's not today. That's next Wednesday. And I think Cooper Flagg basically has Player of the Year locked up in the ACC.
I think so.
Player of the Year, Freshman of the Year. Wow, inside, draws the foul.
Such a great job of pushing the basketball.
Now, we saw him at Wake Forest last year, and now you watch Wake this year and you say, what's the missing piece? Boy, imagine Wake with Boopie Miller.
The point guard play can never be overstated how important it is in college basketball.
And those were the first 2 points for Toby Lawal, Virginia Tech's leading scorer. Both Turks in there, Gorner and Yigatolu. It's plural now, the Istanbuls. And that one poked away.
Yigatolu, I think, has to get a little deeper post position. Lawal, is hard for him to match up physically, and he's allowing himself to get kicked out. As he gets older and more mature and get used to this, he'll get deeper positions.
Oh, Edwards used the screen from Yigatolu, and the Virginia Tech defense disappeared.
Yeah, and that's something they went over. Each screen that SMU likes to use, how they were going to guard it, and it was just a mix-up on that. It should have been a switch.
Well, wow, stuck with it.
He is just getting better and better as the season has progressed.
And he speaks with a British accent. Cross fights his way past Burnham.
But you see right there with Cross, the physicality with which he plays at his size. He really plays almost like he's 6'9". He knows how to use his body. He knows how to post up, and he gives SMU a real advantage that way because he's got the skills of a perimeter player.
Wow, no good for three. Burnham tracks down the board. Another offensive rebound for Virginia Tech. That's 7. Hammond, the sapling amongst the Sequoias. Now shoot. Lawal off the shot fake. Gets inside and lays it in with the left.
Lawal's athleticism is really something special. He can put the ball on the floor going right, going left. He's going to do nothing but get better. He's been a pleasant surprise for Virginia Tech.
Hokies have hit 5 of their last 7. Cross drives. Last night, Georgia Tech maybe caught Clemson. Looking ahead to Saturday in Duke.
Well, the difference between winning and losing in the ACC has really been slight. A lot of it has to do with some injuries, and Georgia Tech has missed a lot of key guys. They stepped up, and they really played well. Damon Stoudemire has been disappointed because he felt like even with the injuries, they were good enough to win a couple of those close games.
Now, people start to wonder who can be this year's NC State in the ACC tournament. Don't sleep on Georgia Tech.
No. Their inside guys are playing really well, but I think this SMU team, I mean, they've really been impressive because of the veteran play that they have. This is a mistake that guards always do to their bigs. And instead of they don't let them get set up for the screen, and they move before they get set up, and the bigs get called for moving screen. See, he needed to wait and let the post get set up before he came off of him, and it created a foul on Trezor.
Cross went for the steal, comes up with it. Nifty dribbling, and blocked at the rim by Burnham. Poteet the backside help, but a foul. Oh, Ben Burnham brought this crowd to its feet with the hustle.
A tremendous hustle there in transition, right? Burnham is a surprise athlete. I think Frost thought he had a snowbird, and watch it right there. He kind of takes it easy and is cruising, not on my watch. A great block right there. That's big time.
And then they get Poteet with the foul. And Johan Traore, native of France, who led the Big West in field goal percentage while at UC Santa Barbara last year at the free throw line. Yeah, one more look. All right. Be the judge on Poteet. Got too much body?
Great effort. I thought it was a good block. He's above the ball, so he's actually coming down. He's not parallel with the ball, so normally they let that go as a good block.
Took the words out of my mouth. You see that not called quite often. Now Poteet down low, backing down Traore. And he gets the friendly home roll.
Poteet has really slowed down his action in low post. He's finding the rim, and he's not being rushed. Early in the year, he was rushed on his offensive opportunities.
Oquendo forced the shot. Scramble. And Tyler Johnson was on the end line. Are they going to talk about it?
I mean, they let them battle till one team got possession of the ball, then they blew the whistle.
Boy, hard to see.
Yeah.
This might be a better look.
Oh, yeah, his back was on the line.
Here's Edwards, second season with SMU, transfer from Tennessee. Serpents inside.
That slot drive is a hard drive to be able to guard, because if you beat the guy, it's really hard for help to come over and protect the rim.
So how do you defend it?
It's hard. I mean, you really need the guy guarding the ball to be softer and contain it. Because normally when it's set up, you got a shooter in the corner, and you got somebody at the rim. So if you come over to help, they just throw the ball at the rim, and they're able to get an easy basket out of it.
Traore picks up his second and puts Virginia Tech in the bonus. And Elijah Poteet is someone who has shown that he can have big games. There was a game against Miami earlier this month where he had 25, including a game-winning and one. And then since then, it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride. Up some games, down some games. Over his last four, only 7 points, a little more than 3 rebounds, but already 9 going for 10 in the first half.
You know, as a coach, you want to see improvement in guys during the course of the season, and guys getting better at what you're asking them to do. And Poteet is a great example of a guy that has gotten better as the season progressed. Being able to score, rebound, and he gives them a physical presence inside.
Igutolu had great position, just couldn't finish.
Well, he's not picking up the rim today. I mean,
what do you mean by
films
that?
of normally when he gets the ball, he finds the basket, and then he goes and makes his move. Today, he's making his move without recognizing where the rim is, and that's why he's missed a couple easy shots.
Poteet keeps it alive. Long three, shoot, yes.
That'll get this crowd going now.
He had a 2-game stretch in January at Stanford and at Cal where he went scoreless in 44 minutes. In the 6 games since, averaging more than a dozen a game, shooting better than 40% from 3. Second chance points, offensive rebounds. SMU has not had a good shooting half. They haven't shared the ball like they normally do.
And they've been challenged on everything, and I think Virginia Tech's hustle and toughness and grittiness have put them in position where they are right now. Offensively, they haven't been as smooth as they've been in the last couple of games.
The Tech is showing it's going to be a tough out the rest of the way. Offensive foul. Tyler Johnson, his second.
It looked like Johnson had an angle where he could have gone straight in for a layup, and he tried the Euro that actually took him into the defense. Watch him right here. If he just keeps straight, I think he has an angle to lay it up, and he tries the Euro step to get to the front of the rim, which creates the offensive foul.
And Oquendo established legal guarding position.
And Boobie Miller's back in the ball game.
Yeah, he had picked up his second foul with about 8 minutes to go in the first half, so on the bench for about 5.5 minutes.
And coaches know who can play with in foul trouble and who can't.
Boopie's a veteran. Edwards, another little Euro step, and the Euro. Tolu finishes.
Petit got caught. He didn't rim block. He didn't rim protect, and he didn't block out to get the defensive rebound either way. So
Rex Steiner's a good three-point shooter. Hits the pull-up too.
See, that's when Virginia Tech offensively is at their best, when they use the ball screens, the dribble handoff, and the action to get their shooters open shots.
Oquendo's a microwave. That time out of bounds to Virginia Tech.
Rex Steiner did a very good job of blocking out. He didn't even try to get the rebound. He just made it tougher for his guy to be able to get it.
Virginia Tech last led at the 17:03 mark. Rex Steiner for the lead.
That's a Mike Young special right there. You bring the big up, and then you let him go pin down for the shooter, and Rex Steiner knocked down the three.
8 straight games with a three for the sophomore. SMU, meanwhile, has missed 9 of its last 13. The double almost got there, but just a touch early, and Lowell picks up the foul.
Yeah. You see this action. I talk about the Virginia Tech action. There you see Petit pinning down for Rex Steiner. That's what they do. He started in a horn set, give a dribble handoff, and then came back in and pinned down for the shooter.
Bigger role for Rex Steiner this year after he backed up Sean Padula. And, it says 33% three-point shooter this year. He's a better three-point shooter than the numbers indicate. Cross answers.
Cross is the wild card. He's like the Joker. I mean, he can do a little bit of everything. He can knock down a three, he rebounds. He just can't lollygag when he got a dunk shot, though.
Rex Steiner, front rim, offensive rebound. Poteet left it short. SMU can retake the lead. A win today. They're 500 in conference play.
And I tell you what, I mean, I watched practice the other day, the energy, the attention to detail, and the scouting report, and that's where the coaches said that's really picked them up and helped this young team get better from the film sessions and the scouting reports, and they've really shown it today.
It's turned into a broken record, but it's true. Mike Young, despite losing all the talent he did, he is one of the finest coaches in college basketball.
And a better person. I mean, he is a coach's coach. He understands this game, the concepts of it, and he's got this team playing at a very high level.
Cross beats the shot clock, almost went in. Final 10, Virginia Tech with a chance to take the lead before halftime. Hammond, doubled, knocked away. Harris up to Miller. It's good if it goes.
I think that for SMU, I think they love to space the floor. They like dribble drive. They like penetrate and kick. I think they have to establish an inside game. As you see, they just turned it over. Because in a half-court offense, the way Virginia Tech is defending and clogging up the driving lanes, you've got to be able to get the isolation in the post to make the defense collapse.
Only 3 turnovers for SMU. Well, Virginia Tech, part of their hustle, too, the blocked shots, 4 in the opening half. This is a team that averages about 1 block shot per game in conference play, 4 in the opening half.
Well, they're getting stronger. David Jackson, who used to play at Virginia Tech, is the strength coach, and he does an unbelievable job of getting these guys stronger and putting enthusiasm in physical play.
And they had 4 blocks against Virginia as well. We're going to get an illegal screen on Lowell, his second.
That's one coach can live with, though. Again, when Virginia Tech goes and runs their half-court offense, they've been pretty effective with that. You see SMU is trying to go inside. They're going with the monster double.
They've been doubling the freshman Yigitolu a lot. It's given him problems.
Yes. We call it the monster double, where you come over with, you go big to big. You put more size on him and put pressure on him being able to get past the ball out of the double.
That's an old pack line principle, right? Cross wide open. In and out. 9th rebound for Poteet. He came in at 6'9", 260, only averaging about 3 rebounds per game in league play. There's Tyler Johnson using the Lowell screen, and he knocks down the jumper.
That's where Johnson operates, in that mid-range area. He gets that off the dribble weave and penetration.
Miller, no good. Lowell with that 49.5-inch vertical. Skies for the rebound.
I can tell you, this is a tough place to play. The students aren't in here like they normally are, because this can be awful loud. But if this crowd gets behind this team, they're awful tough at home, this Virginia Tech team.
Poteet wants it. And over the back on Samet Yigitolu.
What Poteet is doing is keeping a body on Yigitolu. I mean, both offensively and defensively, he's not had a freedom of movement like he normally has had in a lot of ball games, and it's given him some trouble.
That's the veteran against the greenhorn. There's Poteet, fifth-year senior, too easy. And he is now closing in on a double-double, 11 points, 9 rebounds.
And that's the back screen they're supposed to be switching.
Miller dips, blocked by Poteet. Yigitolu fouled by Hammond.
Great weak side help there by Virginia Tech. The big guy, I tell you what, he's going to be very good. And he's got great hands. He's got good footwork. They're making him play today a little faster than he's comfortable with, but that will come with maturity, and that's the learning process.
If he misses this free throw, free bacon for everybody.
Look at the students behind the basket. I mean,
free bacon is free bacon.
This has been a pit for a lot of teams in the ACC, believe me.
Bacon for Blacksburg. Miller gets the steal, and that is foul number 3. If it's on Lowell, it is.
Lowell made a mistake there. They deflected the ball out of his hands, and he thought he couldn't pick it up. And he could pick the ball up. He just couldn't dribble it again. And that's why Virginia Tech was not able to come up with the ball.
Well, now you hear the chants for Bacon. Boopy Miller, career 82% free throw shooter.
Checking in for SMU, number 20, Jerome Holder. Second back in for Hokies, 13, Ben Carlisle.
It's my understanding if another visiting player misses 2 free throws, it's not another pack of free bacon. You already got your free bacon. Now it's about the game.
That's okay. They like to make their contribution defensively, so it doesn't matter.
You know what would be nice, though? Eggs. SMU
now with the pressure, they want to pick up the tempo. right now the tempo seems to be going Virginia Tech's way. They're playing at a pace and a speed that they're comfortable with. SMU now has gone into a zone.
How does Tech want to attack?
I think the same way, taking the time, dribble penetration. And again, they're scoring at the rim right now, but SMU does not have a real rim protector. Great hands, partner.
I had it all the way.
Those point guard skills. I'm a typical coach. I'm fading out of the way.
Do we get a replay? Sorry. Miller almost lost it.
Boobie Miller's not able to penetrate much off of the half court.
Cross wide open. Burnham closed quickly. Cross over Burnham. Those two battled tonight.
But Cross is so strong.
Meanwhile, Colbert lost his shoe, running with one shoe in his hand, and SMU gets the turnover. He still has the shoe in his hand as Cross is able to finish. Now finally gets his shoe on. I'm not sure it's on all the way. Now he's got the heel on the back of the shoe. Now finally Colbert has his shoes on. Jarrell Colbert Jr. from Houston, Texas, by way of LSU and Kansas State. Back cut, Burnham flush.
Again, Virginia Tech running their offense. Hammond's been a little bit anxious with the basketball, and he's got to slow down.
Oquendo mugged. It'll stay with Tech.
Oquendo is always on attack. Every time he gets the ball, he doesn't believe in reversing it. He just attacks, sucks up the double team, and then kicks it for the open shooter.
Hammond to the bench. Miller to inbound. Shot clock at 10. Give and go to the Big Turk.
And that's what Boobie Miller does. And that's what veteran point guards do. He doesn't have to score a lot of points, but he sets up the other players. And now they go back to the zone, and they're trying to do some things to kind of get Virginia Tech out of the rhythm of the half court. It's a 1-3-1. It's a 1-3-1 with a matchup a little bit.
Wessler kept it alive. Field get the Florida Gulf Coast job. Dunk City had the great run. Went on to USC and now SMU. And Perry, you took over the Miami job when Coach Ham left to go to the NBA.
Without question. And Leonard was a mentor to me when I was an assistant. And when I became a head coach, he stayed a mentor. I tell you a quick story. We were at the Final Four in Indianapolis. It's different than it is now because you came straight from recruiting there. And I get to my hotel, and his wife, Claudette, who everybody knows, calls me and said, will you come get your friend? And I go to his room, and I'm standing outside the door, and he's snoring, and you can hear him all the way outside the door. She said, you got to take him out of here. He went to my room, and he snored so bad that I had to go bunk with one of my assistants. But that's how hard Leonard Hamilton works with. He's a tremendous mentor, and you look at the people that have come off of his tree, and he certainly taught me how hard you have to work to be a head coach and the CEO of a basketball program.
He called you before the game. Did you tell him that was the story you were going to tell?
No. I told him I was going to tell one of them, and I've got a couple more, but he, without question, was the best assistant coach in college basketball when he was at Kentucky.
The lob to Yigatolu. Andy Enfield telling us that Leonard Hamilton showed Andy Enfield how to build a program, how to run a program. He still considers Coach Hamilton a friend, a mentor, and, you know, in Black History Month, you go back to Leonard Hamilton's career when he was an assistant coach at Austin Peay. The head coaching job opens up. Leonard Hamilton was thought to be the guy to take over, and he was told Austin Peay isn't ready for a black head coach, even though you're the most qualified. He was ready to give up coaching. In fact, He goes back home to North Carolina, takes up a salesman job for Dow Chemical, says, I'm done with coaching. A week later, Joe B. Hall from Kentucky calls, offers him the Kentucky job. And if we're being honest, he was probably at Kentucky for longer than he should have been before he got the chance to be the head coach at Oklahoma State.
He really was, and but just a tremendous intellect as well as being a good coach and understanding people and putting the right people in the right situations.
A three by Burnham gives Virginia Tech a 3-point lead. Oquendo with the answer at the other end, and SMU has made 5 straight from the field.
Oquendo does a great job of coming into the game for SMU and picking up scoring right away. He can catch and shoot. He can drive the basketball. They stay in that 1-3-1 right now to take away some of the ball screens that Virginia Tech was using to penetrate.
That's 2 great looks from that corner. Shoot missed, but a foul is called on SMU.
Watch the roll right there. And that's, I talked earlier about getting the big guy involved, and that's the best way to do it. And there's Burnham in the corner. He loves those corners now. And Oquendo does a great job catch and shoot from the wing.
Correction, that foul is on 3, Chuck Harris.
Comes back to Rex Steiner. 10 to shoot. Burnham, shot fake. Rex Steiner, fake pass. Almost. Rebound Cross.
Cross does a great job on that glass, though.
And that'll be a blocking foul on shoot before the shot. Meanwhile, Boopy Miller back on the SMU bench. He's got 3 fouls. Toby Lawal on the Virginia Tech bench with 3 fouls.
Right now is a good time to rest Miller because Oquendo is just doing such a great job. See the burst of speed right there and going in. And see how he uses his body to protect the ball.
Oquendo, one of the top reserves in the ACC, averaging just a tick under 10 points per game at 9.9.
His upper body strength, I mean, I watched him on film and see him in person. It's misleading on film because he really does have a really big upper body and he keeps control of the ball.
Oquendo started his career at Georgia where he averaged 15 a game in his first season with the Dogs. Spent last year at Oregon as a key reserve. And you give Oquendo a 1/10 of a point, you're talking about 6 guys averaging double figures in scoring. Both of these teams get production from everywhere. Both have had 7 different players lead the team in scoring.
The difference, though, with SMU, those guys transferred and played big minutes for other schools, so they're more veteran, and that's what SMU is taking advantage of.
Plenty of time to shoot. Edwards going baseline on Rex Steiner. Wants help. Cross. Puts the body into Burnham and gets 2.
Every time he gets the ball, he lays that body into you, creates space, and then is able to score. Good offensive players know how to create space for their shot.
13 points for Cross. He leads all scorers. Rex Steiner, the long 2. Rebound Harris. Oquendo, machetes into the lane and 1.
Give Virginia Tech a lot of credit today. They've done a really good job of shutting down the driving lanes because SMU is not scoring because they're not shooting the ball well. They're not scoring because they're being defended, and that's a big difference.
The Mustangs, one of Joe Lunardi's first 4 out. A group that includes Wake Forest and Pitt from the ACC as well. Poteet tried to spin cycle one too many times, and that will be SMU ball now. I think they might change the call.
I think they're going to talk. I think they're going to talk.
Bert Smith wants to talk with Tommy Morrissey. Yeah, that's the right call. They change it.
I tell you what, officials have gotten better at adjusting and talking more with each other and coming up with the right calls.
Now that was a soccer move by Chuck Harris. Ball's going near the sideline. You're trying to use the body to keep it in play. Jaden Young, strong drive. Poteet a rebound. He's got a double-double. Burnham dips and scores.
Burnham is such a smart, crafty player. Not only can he shoot the three, he also knows how to use his body in the post area.
Burnham against Cross has been a nice little subplot tonight.
But you see that drive right there by Everett. He had no place to go and had to kick it out. That's good defense. Harris is trying to penetrate. He can't. That's good defense.
Cross wants it. Harris instead, a three. Johnson the rebound. We are tied for the 9th time tonight. We were tied at the half at 35. Poteet against the freshman. Yes.
That's the ball screen. Hard roll to the front of the rim. Good pass and a good finish.
Elijah Poteet with his A game tonight. He's got 13. Harris for the lead. SMU on top.
That's good offense. That was great defense and just better offense that time by Harris coming off of that. But what I'm saying, Virginia Tech has done a great job of eliminating the dribble drives for kicks.
5 lead changes, 9 ties. Burnham the backdoor cut. The feed from Poteet, who's been the maestro at times.
Well, whenever the ball goes in that high post against that zone, the big has to come up to play the guy at the foul line, and they're getting the back cut from the other wing.
Burnham got one at the other end. Cross, the follow. Coming into the season, it explains the slow start, but we've seen this team get better. Back-to-back road wins last week, Florida State and Virginia, now at home, giving an SMU team that cannot afford to lose tonight all they can handle.
The patience Mike Young has had with this ball club and bringing it along.
Rex Steiner, that would have been for the lead. Offensive rebound, Johnson, and we're tied yet again for the 10th time.
I don't think fans understand how hard sometimes coach have it to keep a team up, especially when it's not being successful. Because kids only know what they see and what they feel. And to make them believe in something that hasn't happened yet is a hard thing to do. And that's what Mike Young has done with this Virginia Tech team.
Especially in the age of the portal. Cross, slithering. The rebound by Lowell, and he's fouled by Colbert. So Toby Lowell back into the game with the 3 fouls. Boobie Miller remains on the bench for SMU.
Now, Lowell has to figure out how he can become effective in this type of game. And so far, you know, he's trying to feel his way, but I think he's got to play off of the dribble handoffs. He's got to play off of the screen and roll action that Virginia Tech likes to play, and that's where he's going to get his opportunity. And you talked up Boobie Miller because he just came in. They heard you.
Boopy is back in, averaging almost 6 assists per game. He's been quiet today as well. A lot of Poteet, a lot of Burnham, who's not on the floor for Virginia Tech. Inside 10, Colbert tried to deny Poteet, gets called for the foul. It's his second.
Poteet did something really smart there. He went to post up. Colbert got in front of him, but he didn't accept that and changed his position and was able to draw the foul. A lot of times post guys will hide behind the defensive player and make it more difficult to be able to feed him the ball.
The next foul by SMU puts Virginia Tech in the bonus. Off the hand of Poteet. Turnover number 10 for Virginia Tech. That was one thing they did real well on the road. They took care of the ball against Florida State and Virginia. Oquendo the corner three, and the Mustangs retake the lead.
Between Oquendo and Cross, offensively, it's hard for the Mustangs to go into a drought for long periods of time because those two young men know how to manufacture baskets.
11 now for Oquendo. They're really pressuring Rechsteiner. Shoot coming off that career-high 18. And the Duke transfer makes it a one-point game.
Shoot is tricky. He's got good ball skills. He's not just a catch-and-shoot guy. He can put it on the floor and go create when he has to. Ooh.
Colbert has it poked away by Johnson. Miller almost got it back, and a foul. And they're going to get Rechsteiner on the reach into the crowd's dismay.
Yeah, but Shoot took a shot there, going for a loose ball. Watch the shoot right there. He took a shot. And then you see a loose ball, and they call Rechsteiner for a foul, but Shoot took a shot earlier in that possession. Now starting to get interesting, partner.
SMU, one of Joe Lenardi's first four out. Miller using the window, nothing. This is a quad 3 game for SMU. They have not lost to a quad 3 or a quad 4 team, but the freshman Tyler Johnson with a 3 gives Tech a 2-point lead.
They've got big hopes for Johnson. He's come in defensively. He's done a great job. And with him being able to knock down that jump shot, it just makes it even tougher to be able to play against.
Hammond back in. He can match Miller's speed. And Virginia Tech also gets the Hokies to 6-6 in conference. Harris missed the free throw. Burnham bothered the shot on the follow by Igatolu. Burnham's been everywhere. A dozen points, hustle plays at the block in transition on Matt Cross. Hammond has been out of control at times. Tough runner, easy rebound.
Yeah.
You don't like that, I can tell.
Well, I thought he had some other options that maybe he could have gone to. But again, he's a young player and he's learning, and this is how you get better.
Edwards has not scored in the second half. Finds Harris for the 2 inside. 14 for Chuck Harris.
Offensively, this SMU team just knows how to play. They know how their skill set to be able to pass, catch, and shoot is at a high level, and their decision-making is a mature one that veteran players have as opposed to younger players.
The question is their defense, and Andy Enfield feels they're getting better defensively over the last 6 weeks. Well, shot clock at 2. Hammond leans in. The freshman ties the game.
Hammond has talent, and you know, the only way you develop talent is let it grow itself. And there's some things that the only way you understand, you have to go through it, and that's what Hammond is doing right now.
Harris with 14. 17 for Harris. Another triple. SMU 4 of 6 from deep in the second half.
You can't hide behind a screen that time.
I did a game with Paul Biancardi, ESPN's national director of recruiting. He said he watched Hammond play in high school at Paul VI. He said absolute warrior, ultimate winner. Toby Lawal, corner 3, nothing there. Knocked out by SMU. Less than 2 to shoot.
See, Lawal's got to pick up his game right now. He's been on a great run. He's a really talented player. And this is what I'm talking about. Big-time players make real-time decisions. They make adjustments to how they're playing, what's working, what's not working, and they adjust their game to that. And he's that caliber of player, and that's what he has to do.
What do you draw up here?
A hard roll to the basket. A hard roll to the basket.
Rechsteiner tries to get it in. Burnham open. Front rim. Tracked down by Edwards. Igatolu almost traveled, may have traveled. They don't call it. He gets the 2, and it's a 2-possession game.
That's tough on the run out right there. This is an important part of the game right now for Virginia Tech. They've been playing so well. They've got to execute. They've got to get good shots each time down.
Shoot the cutter off the feed from Burnham. And then Shoot knows. He lost his balance, pushes Boopy Miller, and is called for the foul.
It looked like both of them got banged up a little bit.
They're mopping up the floor at the spot where the foul was committed, and Shoot with a noticeable limp.
That's a smart play by a guard. You just stop, you know the guy's coming up your back.
It'll be a 1-and-1, 8th team foul on Virginia Tech. Five points, 4 assists for Miller. One of the top free throw shooters in the ACC. We have an ACC Network men's basketball triple header tonight. We've got a double header next Wednesday. Stanford against what is becoming a dangerous Georgia Tech team. And then Cal pays a visit to Cooper Flagg and Duke. 1 out of 2 kept alive by Ambrose Hilton. And a fresh 20 for SMU.
This is a very important part of the game right now for Virginia Tech.
Miller accelerates and makes it a 6-point game.
Right now, Virginia Tech is small. They really don't have the physicality inside, so they're going to have to execute their offense really well and try to come up with a couple threes.
Inside, Lawal elevates and draws the foul.
See, they're trying to talk Lawal right now. Lawal is not a natural post guy, you know, and they're trying to post him up like right now, and it's a little bit more difficult for him. He's a great athlete. He's a slasher, catches the ball, drives it well, knocks down the mid-range shot.
So 3 fouls now on Harris.
The physicality that SMU plays with has been surprising. You know, you watch teams on film, you think you have a feel, you see them in person, you kind of get a different perspective. This SMU team is physical in how they play the game and very aggressive, and it's thrown Virginia Tech off a little bit.
Well, they've answered the bell in terms of the physicality, and free throw struggles over the last 3 games have been real for Virginia Tech. Lawal gets 1 out of 2, but entering today in the previous 3 games, the Hokies were 44 out of 74 from the stripe. That's below 60%. Cross goes to work on Lawal.
They like the post crossed up a lot of times when the shot clock goes down.
Miller against Hammond. Miller doesn't get the roll. Tipped into the air. Lawal the rebound. Hammond accelerates, drops it off for the fellow freshman Johnson. Cyclones inside. Poteet back in there. And they get a foul on Yigatolu's second.
I have to go to offense. SMU, I think they're going to attack the rim off the dribble, throwing the ball into the paint, and continue to be physical. Mr. Cross. He just seems to have a nose for the ball and come up with the big plays.
Poteet made the front end of the 1-and-1. Gets them both. 15 from Elijah Poteet. Miller, Edwards, Harris, Cross, and Yigatolu on the floor for SMU. Edwards swivels. Grabbed by Lawal, who's out there with Hammond, Poteet, Shoot, And to Johnson.
And SMU is going to continue to attack that rim.
Inside of 10 to shoot. It's Shoot on the drive. Turns, fades, too much. Turnover. And that's not his game.
No, it's not, but he's capable of making that, but they had a chance to come up with an offensive rebound and just got away from it. Same recipe right now. SMU, again, is going to space the floor. They're going to try to attack off the dribble.
Edwards has had a solid all-around game. 6 points, 7 rebounds, 7 helpers. Boopie's the catalyst. Drives, kicks, the extra pass. Harris, pot of gold.
Virginia Tech has done a good job defending SMU, and SMU has done a really good job when they needed to step up and take away a lot of Virginia Tech's actions.
2 minutes to go. Oh, wow, through the contact, foul on the floor, so it'll be a 1-and-1 for Toby Lawal, and they get the freshman Yigitolu.
And that's what I'm talking about. That time he attacked the pressure, and that's the way they've been playing him all game. As soon as he gets the ball, somebody's right there in his face.
And that is 4 on the 7'2" freshman from Istanbul. And free throw struggles continue to be a thing.
This is where SMU, they've got 3 ball handlers, actually 4 if you want to count Cross at the 4 spot. They can make foul shots. They can make good decisions with the basketball. This is what's going to make this team so tough as it goes down the stretch.
They've got some really good free throw shooters on the floor, too. Shot clock at 3. Cross lets it fly and hits.
Defended. I thought they did a good job of take SMU out of a lot of things they wanted to run. SMU just stepped up and put it in another gear and made plays when they really had to.
Shoot. It's a 3. Stolen away by Hammond. Lawal.
Some foul shooting.
%67% on the season. Four-point game, 1:06 to go.
They've got time. They don't have to foul.
Harris trapped, and he's got to burn a timeout. Full and Clemson.
1 minute to play. 1 minute to play.
Edwards gets it across the timeline. And now retreats. Boopie Miller's hit some big shots this season. Had the game-winning 3 against Virginia. A game-winning runner against Cal Baptist.
He'll come up with a high ball screen with Cross.
Corner 3. Doesn't get anything from Edwards. Tech can get to within 1 with a 3, but they don't need a 3. Hammond picks up the bounce. Shoot was the closer in the win against NC State. Hammond to the 3 don't make it this year. Hammond gets the first. It's a 1-possession game.
They've already talked about the pressure. I like to go man because it makes it hard to throw it in. Against the zone, you're giving them to throw in, and then you're trapping the first pass.
Both free throws good. Mike. They get it into Cross.
They got a foul.
And Miller fouled by Miller 3 for 4 from the line tonight. And this one would make it a 2-possession game. If he misses and you're SMU, do you foul?
I wouldn't, but I think you do what you practice. And that's not a cop-out. I just think that your kids are used to playing time and score, and so they know how to react.
two-possession game. SMU with 5 players now
I think
who
you take
scored
the
in
ball.
double figures, and I think Enfield is saying don't foul.
Yeah, go hard to the rim. Go hard to the rim. Take the layup.
Hammond crossed the rebound. Now they've got a foul, and Matt Cross to the free throw line with a chance to end it.
What a game Matt Cross has played. I mean, he's done it on both ends, especially stepping up, rebounding the ball, knocking down jump shots when they were necessary. This SMU team has a lot of weapons. And having done a lot of SMU games, I can tell you their support there. They got a huge donor base that's here at this game. They came up with the team on the private plane. I mean, this SMU program is for real athletically, and they're going to really be a factor in the ACC.
Final 6 seconds. Lawal puts it up. No good. It's rebound.